Okay, can you say something for me?
Yeah. Hi.
Check 1, check 2.
Okay, I did have it. All right, so I am here with number 22, Caden Morgan. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
20 years old. I'm from Edina, Minnesota, and it's my second year on the Jackalopes.
Edina.
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was Edina, so that's good to know.
Edina, yeah.
How did you get started in hockey?
I mean, there's a pretty big culture around it back home, but I grew up on a lake, and my neighbors were out playing pond hockey, and I think I cried my way into my first pair of skates with my dad because I wanted to be out there with the neighbors, so it started on the backyard.
Wow, that is such like a movie scene way to start hockey. So this is your second season with the Jacks, as you said. You've been pretty consistent with assists and goals. How do you stay focused and read the play to execute a shot?
I don't know. I think the biggest thing is just trying to be simple. That's what Coach Dewar preaches for every game and in practice. So I think just making sure everyone on the ice is on the same page, then you're going to have a lot of options.
So I butcher this word, defensemen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They require attention, multitasking skills in order to keep up with their opponent and to protect the goal. It's a constant pattern of looking at the player that's in front of you and skating backwards at times and then keeping up with the puck. So what is your mental strategy keeping up with each task in a fast-paced game?
I would say mental strategy is not overthink things. I think when I overthink things, I tend to not keep up. But a lot of the drills we do in practice help replicate those skills. And so once you get to a game, you just kind of trust yourself.
So what are some skills to practice the backward skating?
What do you mean by that?
Like the speed that you're going.
I mean, footwork and stick work is probably the most important things as far as like not getting on your heels, because then you can't move around and keeping your sticks in the way of the other team.
So also in his position, communication is important. And based on your assist, it seems that you're pretty great at it. What are some ways that you and the team communicate off the ice that improve on the ice?
I would say watching film helps a lot for all of us as a team. And then obviously we work on those structures in practice, and then me and my D partner Hunter Toms have pretty good chemistry out there, so I think it's nice to kind of know where he's going to be at, or know that he can get the puck to me if I'm open, so that helps a lot too.
So we do have a few Minnesota boys on the team, but Marcus Fetchko also played with you in Edina.
Mm-hmm.
How is it having a teammate you can relate to from back home?
It's kind of nice. I mean, it's fun to get out and talk to a lot of guys from all over. Like, we have a lot of East Coast guys, so I think their hockey journeys to get here were pretty different. So it's kind of nice having someone from the same spot as me.
So the Jackalopes just faced some pretty aggressive teams, and personally, I believe our Jackalopes team is pretty aggressive. Being a defenseman, how do you maintain your emotions during a high-intensity, aggressive game setting?
I would say I try and stay out as much stuff as I can, especially if it doesn't involve me. But I think just staying level-headed and moving on from whatever happened last shift or last game helps a lot.
Yeah, so I'm near the penalty box sometimes, and I rarely see Caden in there. So what you're seeing now, I think, relates to how he is on the ice. But just a little more aggressive sometimes. So, Caden, you are an avid golfer.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Your favorite thing about our great city of Odessa is being able to play golf year-round because of our weather.
Yeah.
Can you briefly compare our climate to Minnesota around this time of year?
I mean, at home we just got 6 inches of snow last week, so obviously no golfing this time of year. It's nice to not be wearing a jacket every day, so... Yeah, the warm weather is definitely nice.
So Caden is actually quite the athlete. He is excelling in hockey, golf, and baseball. Because all three sports require a range of motion with a swing, would you say each sport coincides and benefits from practicing a swing, or do you separate the three techniques?
I would say they're kind of separated because in hockey I'm a lefty, and the other two I was a righty in baseball and I'm a righty in golf. So not too much correlation there.
Wow, that's actually really interesting to have both sides. So speaking of golf, what has been your best game?
69.
And when was that?
At the end of this summer before I came down here.
So the more that you're playing, do you think you're improving, or has it been pretty?
I would say so, yeah. Try and get out and play as much as I can. Take a couple weeks off and maybe there's a step backwards.
So Caden is a big country music fan, so he fits right in here in West Texas. Who would you say is your favorite country band or singer?
I would say probably Riley Green or Chris Stapleton.
So with that music, I know a lot of the guys on the team are into the Treaty Oak Revival.
Yep, that too.
They are actually based here out in Odessa.
Mm-hmm.
So was that interest in them before you started hockey here or after?
After. I think it was after for all of us, so kind of cool.
So have you attended any country concerts?
I went to a lot of them this past summer, so that was fun. Probably the highlights of the summer, if I would say.
Which one was your favorite?
Ooh, probably Riley Green.
Do you plan on going to any anytime soon?
I don't know. Don't have any booked, but hopefully.
So speaking of country music, do you know how to dance or two-step?
No, kind of. Tommy Manzella and I practiced our two-stepping last year, but it's been a while.
And what about line dancing?
Nope, don't know that.
We're probably going to have to test it this season. So do you own a pair of cowboy boots?
I actually just got some for Christmas.
Oh!
Yep.
Was that your first pair?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Can you describe what they look like?
They're kind of like dark brown with like a little bit of red to them. And then the top is white, but you don't see that with the pants on. So
yeah, that's definitely a necessity being out here.
Mm-hmm.
Last question. What is your New Year resolution?
My New Year's resolution? Probably just get to bed earlier. I think sleeping well goes a long way, especially on the ice. So get to bed earlier, get better sleep.
Alrighty, well, we are rooting for you this season. You've been doing great. So many assists, so many points scored. Good luck on the rest of your season, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So today I'm here with our number 33 goalie with the Odessa Jackalopes, Aries Carangi. So can you give us some name on your background on your name, Aries?
Not much to it. Parents just saw the name in a book somewhere, thought it was pretty cool. So I've always liked it. It's pretty unique. Yeah.
So his nickname is actually Ranger. I know the background on that, but would you like to explain?
Yeah, so it was my first week with the team last year. Was meeting everyone, getting to know everyone's names. They asked what nickname I had, and I never really had one. The hockey nicknames kind of come easily with some names, but my first and last name, nothing kind of came naturally. So someone asked if anyone ever called me Rangi, and then he was like, nah, that doesn't sound right. And then he was like, oh, what about Ranger? And so that stuck. But yeah.
So initially when I met Aries, he had a mustache. So I thought it was like a Ranger mustache, but now I know the background of it. So how did you get started in hockey?
I was, I believe, 7 years old, and I went up to Boston to visit my uncle with my mom. He took me out to a little ice sheet and skated for the first time, and yeah, taught me some of the basics.
So have you always been a goalie?
Not always. I started as a player, as most goalies do, but my uncle played goalie, and I always looked up to him, and I wanted to try it, and I tried it a little bit after I started playing, and got in the net and never came out. I loved it.
That's great. So as you can see, he is significantly taller. Yusei Saros is a 5'11 goalie in the NHL. And Philadelphia Flyers' Ivan Fedotov is 6'8", which is the tallest in the NHL right now. So Aries is 6'5", so obviously goalies are all kinds of shapes and sizes. Being 6'5", would you say that's an advantage or a disadvantage in the net?
I think that's certainly an advantage. Size definitely helps. There's times where I'll just get lucky getting in front of the puck because of my size, but yeah, I'd say it helps.
So being in the net, what are some techniques that you use to improve the skills, like being quick?
Skating's always been at the foundation of my game. My goalie coach back home, that's what we always work on in season. Back when I used to play youth hockey, and then over the summers, try to skate with him as much as I can, and just getting repetitions with that in builds quickness. Also in the gym over the summer, I did a lot of speed work. That certainly helps too.
And does that also benefit with reflexes?
Yeah, I would say so. Those fast twitch muscles you train in the gym and other exercises, ball work and things like that. Yeah.
So a couple of weeks ago was your first game back in a while. You blocked 21 out of 23 shots against the Amarillo Wranglers. What was your mentality like going into that game with so much anticipation to be back in the net?
I was just excited. It was a long time out, frustrating road to recovery here and there, but I was really excited to be back in the net. Was definitely nervous showing up to the rink. Had some butterflies, but I always feel like I play good when I'm a little bit nervous, and got in the net, tried to just stay happy, enjoy it, and go one shot at a time.
Yeah, you could definitely see his enjoyment being on the ice for that game. He was named one of the stars of the game. So it was just a great game back for him. It was one of a Sunday games, so great crowd and overall just a great experience. So we love all of our goalies. I know the fans were excited to see you back. I know the team was excited. So what was it like, the energy in the locker room after that game?
It was great. Felt great. Good team win. Good way to close out the weekend. I think we always enjoy the wins, and it's just fun. You know, who doesn't love winning? So
Right.
yeah.
So on the days that aren't so great, how do you bounce back after a score?
There's definitely some frustrating days. You know, we practice a lot of different drills and shots. So that does happen, but I'll try to let it soak in for a little bit. Try to learn from it, think about what I could do better next time, or think about that. And then usually middle of the day, I'll go to the gym, kind of get a workout in, try to get that out of my mind. And then usually I feel good after that, and then come in the next day and happy to be there.
So continuing on, our last home game was last weekend, and the Jacks are coming up on a month-long stretch of being on the road. How do you and the team prepare for that long stretch being away?
Yeah, I think if you look at it as a whole, it seems a little daunting, but I think it'll be fun on the road, first off. You get to spend a lot of time with the guys, creates a lot of team bonding experiences. But besides that, you know, I think we try to take it one weekend, one game at a time, and go from there. So the season moves pretty quickly, so it might feel long at times, but I think overall it'll go by pretty quick.
So being on the road, what activities or bonding ways do y'all connect?
A lot of hanging out. Sometimes we'll have a movie night in someone's room. A lot of sewer on the road. Go out to eat for team meals. You know, so everything we do on the road, we do together. When we're home, we all have our separate billet houses, but everything we do as a team on the road.
So the Jackalopes consist of players from around the U.S. And even around the world. But we do have a handful that are from Pennsylvania, like yourself. Jeremy Jacobs, Thornton, Metelkin, Bell Sterling. Is it comforting having teammates from your home state helping you navigate through Texas?
Yeah, I would say so. I played against Jeremy in high school. I knew Thornton a little bit as well. So it's fun to come down here. We all root for the same sports teams back home, so definitely makes it nice.
So, as he said, he did know Jeremy Jacobs. So, Aries attended LaSalle College High School, while our number 15, Jeremy Jacobs, attended Malvern Prep. Does that rivalry ever come up?
I don't really think it comes up here. We definitely had a good rivalry back home. Never played with him, only played against him in club and in high school as well. So It's funny, I didn't know him very well personally before we both got down here, but yeah, I got to know him pretty well down here. I say everything's good now. So
Yeah, you could definitely see like the similarities between them and the differences, but definitely Philadelphia boys through and through. So what do you and your teammates do to bring a piece of Pennsylvania or Philadelphia to Texas?
yeah, I'm pretty proud to be from Philadelphia. Huge sports fan, big Eagles fan. I usually try to I'll taunt the guys a little bit here and there about how the Eagles are doing. Our coaches too a little bit, so we like to throw it back and forth. But yeah.
Are there any major changes between Texas and Philadelphia that you are having trouble to adapting to, like slang, food, climate, anything like that?
I wouldn't say so. I enjoy it down here. I actually very much enjoy the no humidity. It's very humid back home, so I kind of like the dryness out here and less cold winters. But yeah,
A change for us Texas natives, because the dry heat is the worst.
Yep.
So I had the pleasure of meeting the Carangi bunch. They are the absolute sweetest, the greatest, and they were down here for the holidays. Were there any traditions that they brought back home that you got to celebrate with them here?
I want to say anything major. It was very nice to see the family. Brother came down too, so it was nice. Obviously got to come to our games, see what it's kind of like down here. And yeah, we had a nice Christmas morning, did some presents. Yeah, it was nice.
So what did they think about our little town of Odessa?
They thought it was neat. I'd never been. Well, I know my mom and my brother haven't been down here, and I don't think my dad has been out to West Texas before. So yeah, I think they enjoyed seeing a different part of the country for sure.
So I heard from a source that you're quite the musical whiz. Actually, I was told that Aries can listen to a song once or twice and know more or less most of the lyrics. Is there a genre or song that many would be surprised that you're into?
I'm big into country music. Love pretty much all country music. But I like pretty much everything too. You'll see me after wins dancing in the locker room to